Good evening. I would like to call this meeting to order. Before we have our Pledge of Allegiance, we'll have our invocation. Please stand.
May we pray? Dear Father, in your word we're told, upright citizens are good for a city and make it prosper. We pray that our city will be exalted through the prayers of our citizens. We thank you for the blessings you bestow upon us, and tonight we ask for your wisdom and guidance as the council conducts the business of the city. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Webb, call roll, please.
Pro Tem Bobo.
Present.
Councilman Washington.
Here.
Councilman Wiggins. Councilwoman Dykes.
Here.
President Hawk.
Here. Councilman Wiggins will not be here tonight. I believe he's taking his daughter to college and driving north. So he did apologize that he would not be here and will be back for the following meeting. Item 5 is presentations. We have one this month. It is August business of the month. Mayor Hinton and Councilman Washington, if you would.
We continue to recognize the business of the month each month, and tonight it's City Cafe. And would someone representing City Cafe come forward? And we want to brag on you a little bit. Hi, John Hinton.
Yes, sir.
Good. Mr. Washington, do you have a few words you want to say before I read the proclamation?
Yes, sir. I'd like to say thank you guys for your many years of hard work, determination, and just striving to continue to be the best and put Northport on the map. I mean, ever since high school, walking down there for our tour days, we'll go to the City Cafe. That was in 91, 90. And still here today, 2023. I know the struggle, and I thank you, your family, for continuing to just put work in for the city.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate it.
Let me read the proclamation. You know, when I go to other cities or really out of state sometime and say I'm from Northport, the first question is, guess what? Is City Cafe still there? People in the university and other places all know about the City Cafe, and we're proud of this institution. Whereas City Cafe is a landmark located in downtown Northport, Alabama, whereas City Cafe offers a diverse menu with a range of options, including breakfast, lunch, and dinner items, and whereas City Cafe is often praised for its friendly staff and prompt service, and whereas as you step inside, you will probably run into a neighbor, a cousin, or a roommate from college, and whereas City Cafe offers a cozy ambience with a buzz of energy. Now therefore, I, John Hinton, by the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Northport, Alabama, do hereby proclaim City Cafe to be Business of the Month, August 2023, in the city of Northport, and express our appreciation for their continued contributions to the quality of life and well-being of our citizens. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Northport to be affixed this 7th day of August 2023. John Hinton, Mayor. Thank you so much. Let me give you this. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that's helped support us over the years, and thank you especially to our staff and family that's helped us out, especially during the past few years. I think we worked everybody in our family. So, but please keep supporting us. We'll keep trying to do what we do. And again, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, City Cafe. Item 6 is approval of the agenda. I will make a motion to approve the agenda with the deletion of item 11B2, which is a resolution fixing the cost of nuisance weed abatement and authorizing the filing of a lien for property located on 19th Street, and for the deletion of 11B4, which is also a resolution for fixing the cost of nuisance weed abatement and authorizing the filing of a lien for property located at 713 28th Avenue. It is to my understanding that these items have been taken care of before tonight's council meeting. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So that is that's a motion to approve the agenda with those two deletions. Is there a second?
Second.
That's a second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. Item 7 is visitors to address the council. We had no one sign up to speak tonight. Item 8 is unfinished business. Item 8A1 is a second reading of an ordinance amending Chapter 38, Article 2 of the Northport Municipal Code pertaining to fireworks. Chief Marshal.
Yes, sir. This will allow, this amendment will allow the sale and use of consumer fireworks or Class C fireworks defined as novelties or sparkling devices, but still prohibits all other types of fireworks in the city limits.
Okay.
It does come with a favorable recommendation of the Public Safety Committee.
Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this ordinance?
So move.
That is a motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Dykes. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. Item 8A2 is the second reading of an ordinance amending Chapter 2 of the Northport Municipal Code pertaining to a travel policy for elected officials. Ms. Webb.
This is the item that was recommended from Administrative Committee and is built primarily upon the employee travel policy. It requires our elected officials to submit a request in writing for training and travel. It goes to the admin committee, and if it's within budget for that particular member, it is approved out of the admin committee. If the budget has been exceeded for the particular council member or mayor, then that has to come to the full council for approval. There is an expectation of a report back from any elected official that travels for any conference, et cetera, assuming there's no non-disclosure agreements signed in regards to economic development or things of that sort. But it does require a report to be shared with council.
I did read the travel policy. I did have one question. When the budget is being prepared currently by staff and finance committee, will this line item be specific for each council member, or will this be just a travel and training budget for elected officials, or have we even determined that point yet?
As I will recommend very soon, probably on August the 18th, we'll ask for a special call of finance committee meeting to consider the budget. At this point, we have done each elected official a single line item that pertains to travel and training, instead of separation for lodging, meals, and travel. It will be lumped together as one item, and each elected official would have a budget line item.
Something that would be easy is what I was trying to get at. That would
Easy,
and be
but
easy for the
trackable,
public to follow
easy.
along too.
Yes.
Is it the same across the board?
It is.
Okay. I don't have any other questions. Does any other member of council have any questions or concerns? If not, I'll make a motion to adopt the ordinance amending Chapter 2 of the Northport Municipal Code pertaining to travel policy for elected officials. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Ms. Webb, call roll, please.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. Item 8A3 is the second reading of an ordinance amending dirt road policy to include stabilizing dirt roads. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, this adds a section to our dirt road policy allowing us to make emergency repairs to protect utilities and also to be able to provide services such as garbage pickup or police and fire.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this ordinance?
So moved.
It's a motion by Councilwoman Dykes. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Bobo,
Yes.
Abstain.
Yes.
Yes.
we have 3 affirmative votes, so I believe that'll carry.
Okay. 9A1 is the first reading of an ordinance of conditional use approval to allow vehicle sales and to allow an automotive service station in C3 zone with the condition of safe access to be approved by city engineer for the business located at 3811 33rd Street. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. This item is ready for a first reading. It does come with a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission. There will be a public hearing on August the 21st.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to offer this for a first reading?
I offer it.
That is offered by Councilman Washington. 9A2 is the first reading of an ordinance amending Table 4-1 to add hotel motel and Table 4-3 of the dimensional standards for non-residential uses to the recreation zone. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. This also comes with a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission, and there will be a public hearing on August the 21st.
Okay. I'll offer that for a first reading. 9A3 is the first reading of an ordinance establishing the June 19th or Juneteenth as an official paid holiday in the city of Northport. Mr. Rose.
Yes, sir. This would be our 11th holiday for city employees. This was brought to as a recommendation from the Finance Committee back on July the 11th, and the funds have been approved for the next budget year of 24.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to offer this for a first reading?
I offer it first reading.
It's offered by Councilman Washington. 9A4 is the first reading of a permanent resolution fixing the cost of demolition and authorizing filing a lien for the major parcel located at 1722 29th Avenue. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. This item is ready for a first reading. The total cost is $5,132.70.
Okay. I'll offer that for a first reading. 9A5 is the first reading of a permanent resolution fixing the cost of demolition and authorizing filing a lien for the major parcel located at 908 15th Avenue. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. The total cost on this item is $4,019.05. Sorry.
Okay. I will offer this for a first reading. 9B1 is a resolution authorizing water service outside of the city limits for property located at 15178 Bethel Barber Road. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President. This comes with a favorable recommendation from staff.
Okay.
And all the conditions are, standard conditions are included.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilwoman Dyke, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Bobo,
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B2 is a resolution awarding bid for wastewater treatment plant solids handling improvements. Mr. Webb.
Yes, this uses the American Rescue Plan Act funding. We have 3 bidders and recommend awarding to the lowest bidder, including the alternate bid item to John Plott Company for $3,531,622.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution awarding the bid for wastewater treatment plant solids handling improvements projects to John Plott Company Incorporated in the amount of $3,531,622 and authorizing the city administrator to execute the necessary documents and requisitions needed to proceed with the project?
Quick question. Mr. Powell, what type of project is this for?
This is a solids handling at the wastewater plant to get rid of the solids out of the plant.
this will help eliminate or significantly reduce odor associated with the wastewater treatment plant. This is the project that we've been talking about for some time. We'll no longer utilize open drying beds, and there will be different technology implemented within the plant itself. So the odor associated with the wastewater treatment plant should be reduced significantly. This is funded with ARPA funding that we received.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All right. I'll make a motion to adopt this resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Bobo,
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B3 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute change order number 1 with ST Bund Construction for the Northwood Estates Drive reconstruction project. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, this is the final balancing change order for this project in the amount of $7,284.40. And we do have that in our budget.
And it does look good. Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
So motion by Councilwoman Bobo, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B4 is a resolution authorizing special permit for the 2023 Kentuck Festival of the Arts. Mr. McGee.
Yes, Mr. President. This is a special permit to the Kentuck Association to have a special alcohol permit for the Kentuck Festival, October 14th and 15th of this year.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt the resolution authorizing this special permit to the Kentuck Association for their arts festival? And this will allow the possession, sale, and consumption of alcohol in a city park on October 14th and 15th.
So moved. Second.
That's a motion by Councilwoman Bobo. That's a second by Councilwoman Dykes. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B5 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a master service agreement with Chambliss King Architects, LLC, and authorization of task order directive number 1 for Warrior Sports and Recreation Complex. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, this is for architectural services in regards to our sports complex.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Dyke, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9C is our consent agenda. This ranges from minutes, bill listings, PO requisitions. Is there a member of council that would like to move to approve the consent agenda as printed?
So moved.
So motion by Councilwoman Bobo, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. Item 10 is reports of special committees of council. If there's a member of council that would like to give an update from their respective committee. I will mention two things. This morning, the retail committee met with a sit-down restaurant, a steakhouse, in regards to a new location here in Northport. We'll see how that goes. And then also from the projects committee, the projects committee has formed a subcommittee in regards to aquatics and sports. This is a subcommittee that will be for design, functionality, and practicality, not to bog down the actual projects committee with only sports or aquatics type projects, because we have a lot of other projects going on in the city. So this has been formed. There's different members to the committee. It will follow all chain of command in committee format, and anything that has to go for these projects, they will all go through this committee on up to the projects committee and then to council. So just wanted to make everyone aware of that. Item 11 is public hearings. We have none for engineering. We do from the legal department. So 11B1 is a resolution fixing the cost of nuisance weed abatement and authorizing the filing of a lien for property located at 18th Avenue. Mr. Davis.
Yes, it's ready to be voted on by the council.
Okay. So this is a public hearing. I will open the floor for the public hearing of this item. If there's a member in the audience that would like to come speak for or against this agenda item, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Okay. I will close the floor for the public hearing. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So move.
That's a motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. Eleven B2 has been deleted. 11B3 is resolution fixing the cost of nuisance weed abatement and authorizing the filing of a lien for property located at 1814 10th Street. Mr. Davis.
Yes, this is again, it's the same type of motion. The city has tried to get the property owner to cut the grass. We didn't. We had to hire someone to do it. We're just seeking repayment.
Okay.
So it's the public hearing and then it's ready for a vote.
All right. I will open the floor for a public hearing. If there's a member here that would like to come speak for or against this agenda item, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Okay, seeing none, I will close the floor for the public hearing. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B4 has been deleted. 9C1 from the Planning and Inspections Department is the second reading of an ordinance to reduce the corporate limits and reestablish the boundaries of approximately 0.97 acres located at 517 Martin Road East. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. This item comes with a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission. It is ready for a public hearing.
Okay. We will open the floor for the public hearing. If there's someone that is here to speak for or against this agenda item, please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Council, my name's John Townsend with Doran Mills in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I represent Mr. Dockery in this case. We had petitioned the Planning and Zoning Commission and then also the council here to reduce the corporate limits by a little bit less than an acre. Essentially, this is or was brought, if you will, to my client's attention based on a development that was going on just up on 69 there off Martin Road. Ultimately, there was not a purchase of property as originally intended. This property really is situated just in between. There's no houses on it. There's nothing of any real value other than some trees. And we're requesting that the council de-annex this portion of that property, as the rest of Mr. Dockery's property is in the county. And so he would like that to remain that way if possible. And so we're requesting council approve this based on that.
So this has already come before council and been annexed in, and now you're asking for a de-annex?
Yes, we are. And as far as the reasoning behind that, I think part of the original annexation was based on, and not part, the whole was based on a promise to purchase a certain amount of property. That purchase never came to fruition. And as a result of that, we were really just trying to get back to the status quo for Mr. Dockery and his property as it currently sits. We are offering and have shared with city council, or excuse me, with council for the city, a restrictive covenant that if this property is ever re-annexed into any municipality, it would be re-annexed into or annexed into the city of Northport. That way it gives assurances to the city as well as Mr. Dockery to kind of know what that would look like if and when that ever happens again.
Okay.
Is there a plan for this piece of property?
No, it really is sitting just off from his residence. It's a small sliver. I think it's 42,000 square feet that's fairly narrow. Originally, I believe it was intended for some type of utilities easement or something to that degree. Again, that did not come through.
So no commercial development going on that piece of property?
No, not at all. It's essentially landlocked otherwise by various residences around. So.
In my time with working with the city, I've never seen having something annexed in and then de-annexed. So I'm a little leery of doing so. Mr. Davis, do you have anything you want to add to this that might?
Normally, we would oppose it. The staff would oppose it. I think under these circumstances, staff would not have any objection, particularly with the covenant to run with this property. Not only this owner, but any owner in the future could only annex into the city of Northport if they decide to annex in a future date. And also, Mr. Dockery, I believe, has agreed to bear the brunt of all the legal costs and expenses.
That was another thing I was going to ask too.
Prior to you, we had one de-annexation that was quite painful. it was necessary.
I knew it wasn't the norm, so
No, it's
that's,
not.
that's why I
It's
wanted to
not.
consult with legal
That's right.
first.
But under these circumstances, we would not, the staff, the legal department, I don't think the planning department would object to this.
Okay.
Again, it's just literally, I think it's a sliver of his lot that's on the east, or I guess the western side of his property. Maybe about, I don't know, at one point, I know it was discussed a year or so ago, maybe like, basically, if you have a rectangular lot, it's the western 10 feet or 30 feet. I don't know how wide it is, but it's not very much.
Okay.
Anything, it would not impact any of the other plans that were discussed.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here that would like to come speak for or against this agenda item in the public hearing? Okay. Seeing none, I will close the floor for the public hearing. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt the ordinance to approve to reduce the corporate limits and reestablish the boundaries of approximately 0.97 acres located at 517 Martin Road east of the annex in this property?
So moved.
It's a motion by Councilwoman Bobo. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb?
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. C2 is a second reading of an ordinance of conditional use approval to locate an auto service station in a C3 general commercial zoning district located at 1200 Mid-Larry Road. Ms. Ram?
Yes, sir. This item comes with a favorable recommendation from Planning Commission and is ready for a public hearing.
Okay. Before we open the floor for the public hearing, I do know that Mr. Winter is here, the attorney representing Mavis Tire, and he will be speaking to the mayor and council during public hearing. Is that correct? Regarding this. So I will open the floor for the public hearing. And Mr. Winter, if you will, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and what you're here for tonight in regards to the Mavis Tire on Mid-Larry Road.
Thank you, Council President Hogg and council members. My name is Brian Winter. I'm at 3515 Watermelon Road in Northport. It's my address. I know you always like to have that first. I'm here tonight because over the weekend, starting on Friday, we started to see some comments about the proposed Mavis store. As you know, it came with a favorable recommendation. I think it was 7-1 or 6-1 from the Planning Commission. But we looked at those comments and talking to my client, we would like to withdraw that petition right now. We want to take those comments and understand them and see and really analyze them and see what, if anything, we can do to address those comments. There were some positive comments, there were some negative comments, but overall the idea is to bring a product to Northport which will make everybody proud. And I didn't think I said anything funny. But the idea is to do something nicer that everybody can be proud of. And with that, I'd like to withdraw the petition and not waste everybody's time tonight. If in the future we think that we can provide that product, we'll come back to you and go through the process with the Planning Commission again. And if not, we won't waste everybody's time. So thank you for listening. I'll be happy to answer any questions, but at this time, per my email to Ms. Webb today, we have withdrawn the proposal.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Winter. Since this is a public hearing for this agenda item, if anyone would like to come speak for or against this agenda item, you still can. However, according to Mr. Winter, he is withdrawing the petition for this item, and should this item resurface in the future, he said he will go back to the Planning and Zoning Commission prior, and then we'll come back to City Council. So, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if anyone would like to come speak for or against, you still can. But after hearing that, it sounds like this is dead on arrival tonight. Okay. Anybody?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Can you state your name and address for the record?
Yes, sir. My name is James Fields. I live in the Bristol Park neighborhood at 11270 Dooley Circle. I appreciate Mr. Winter's remarks this evening, and I'd like to begin by, I want to frame my remarks to not offend anyone here today, including you, Mr. Winters. I have an account with Mavis, and I have an appreciation for what you all do. As a resident of Bristol Park, I'm just opposed, and I'm sure the council, I've sent something to you, Mr. Hogg, and I appreciate you making us all aware of what was pending tonight. And I think I sent something to you as well, Ms. Dykes. But I appreciate you all sharing that information with us. From my perspective, and I think I speak for many here this evening, my opposition is solely based on aesthetics. I normally don't have any issues with some of the progressions that the council has done on behalf of Northport. However, with the current layout, aesthetically what we have in the Bristol Park neighborhood, I want to preserve that. For not just Bristol Park, we have people here from Belmead. We also have people here from Forest Glen, and I would say probably in some of the surrounding areas as well. So again, my intent is not to make a mockery of anything that has been shared by this gentleman representing Mavis. I just want our community to keep the current layout that we have and just preserve it.
Yes,
so
sir.
That's all I would like to say at this point in time.
Okay. Thank you for coming tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate your comments. Is there anyone else that would like to speak for or against this agenda item before we close the public hearing?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Mary Ann Rogers. I live at 11817 Belmead Circle.
Yes,
in
ma'am.
the front of the neighborhood. And I've emailed all of you, I think. And Mavis Tire, looking at it down there by the bridge, is a big eyesore. And if you're ever getting gas at that gas station, you can hear the pneumatic wrenches. You can hear the air compressors. I'm at the front of the neighborhood, and my home is valued over $400,000. I don't want to have to look out my window at that. Nobody, and I think my neighbors in Belmead, nobody's objected to like Publix. Everybody loves Publix being over there. It's great. It's convenient. The Allegra Clinic, the gas station on the corner, all of it. Nobody's objected to any of that. But that little parcel of property directly faces our neighborhood, and it's just not appeasing. Maybe if a coffee shop, a bakery, nobody's objecting to a business going in there. The people that I've talked with in my neighborhood are objecting to the type of business, as in Mavis Tire, going in there.
Well, thank you for your comments. Appreciate you being here. Is there anyone else?
We're just going to make it a family affair.
Come on. Please state your name and address for the record.
Rick Rogers. I live in Belmead.
Yes, sir.
Pretty much what my wife said was the facts of most of our neighbors. We wouldn't mind boutiques, coffee shop, donut shop, stuff like that, but something industrial type or commercial type as far as cars, trucks, all that stuff. We're not happy with that. And I think a lot of people didn't. We had a lot of turnout tonight, but I think we would have had more, but we got an email saying this was going to be shoved under the table. Quick question. I see this is the second reading for this, and I have no idea how y'all operate. I'm not being facetious or anything like that. I don't know what y'all do. I pretty much try and stay out of politics, and everything else is you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. Pretty much. True. That's probably the feelings for most people in here. This I'm going to object strongly to because it affects our livelihood, our neighborhood, us, Bristol Park, Forest Glen. You want to talk about putting a Krispy Kreme donut shop in there? I'll be the one to help you do that. Believe me. We've emailed all of y'all since last Friday. My question is, if this goes off the table now, are we going to be informed when it comes back on?
If if Mr. Winter, like he said tonight, is withdrawn this from the council, he will then go back to the Planning and Zoning Commission again. And we'll start the process over. And at that point, I'm sure you will either be notified or it will be put on the public agenda. Your council person will probably put something out there on social media, or someone on the council
Who's
will.
my council person?
If you live
And
in,
I don't do social media very much, so
We-
I will.
I don't
make
do it
sure.
at all, but I know a lot of
Okay.
people that do. So
Okay.
if it does
That's-
come back
yes.
up, we would appreciate.
so if it comes back up, I will give you my word that I will since Ms. Dykes is not on social media, I will personally put it on there
I will,
for you.
we
Mr.
would
Am, did you have
appreciate
a notice that goes out?
We are required by law to
Adjoining.
notify the adjoining property owners, and so that's what we will do. We also post our agendas on our website, and then we also publish them in the newspaper.
The problem is the adjoining property owners are going to be your Taco Bells and
Right.
your Allegra, and that's going to be the ones that adjoin that property.
to inform
Yes, sir.
us.
Absolutely, I will.
Because, like I said, we have no objection to businesses going in there. It's just this particular type of business.
So you're just
That's
look,
what I've heard.
you're-
That's the comments I've heard.
so you're just looking for a more lower impact type business that
Yeah,
you.
like I said, small boutiques, coffee shops, something like that. Something that would really be beneficial to the neighborhood.
No.
That would be a plus for us and
So,
everybody.
so you're not against a Mavis tire store, just not at that location, is what you're
Oh,
saying?
they can put it anywhere they want to in Tuscaloosa County.
Yeah.
Except in Northport.
Duly noted.
To be honest with you, or you want me to narrow it down across the street from my house? That would be great.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
But we can put a Krispy Kreme there, right? Yes. A Krispy Kreme?
You got my vote.
Yes,
My name
ma'am.
is Kaylin Kirch. I live at 11181 Davis Place, Northport. I have a question for the Planning Commission, seeing as this item is no longer being on the floor tonight. Is that an appropriate time to speak about a few items for the Planning Commission and Zoning Commission to consider, or would it be more appropriate to visit that session?
About this agenda item, if it comes back again for the Planning Commission, that would be the appropriate time.
Is there a separate meeting that's
Yes,
posted and is publicly notified?
What days do the Planning
Yes,
Commissions
it's the
meet
second
on?
Tuesday of every month at 6 o'clock.
And who's notified for that one? Is it also the adjoining property members?
Yes,
Taco Bell
the
or
adjoining
Allegra?
property owners of each case are notified.
It's sent via email privately? Sent via email privately, or?
I'll get your address after. I'll make sure you have notice.
Okay, great. Because I have some family concerns, frequency of use, noises for young children, infants, toddlers, busing issues, concerns for safety for young children.
Okay, if you'll get with Mr. Winter, he said he will
Thank you.
take care of that.
We'll give Belmead and Bristol Park everybody
Great.
notice. My plan is to, after we take a look at these concerns, to maybe come meet with each of the groups so they can see the thoughts and see what we can do.
Great. Also, the frequency of locations, especially having one being built about 10 minutes away, I believe, over by the towns of North River.
Okay. Thank you for being here. Or anyone else? Yes, ma'am. Please state your name and address for the record.
Donna Massey, 11436 Dyer Lane, Northport, Alabama. That's in Bristol Park. First of all, I want to thank you, sir, for withdrawing it. I hear everyone is more concerned about the aesthetics of the subdivision. In looking at the current locations, I'm more concerned about the health aspects of it. There's tire bins that sit outside. Everyone knows that tire bins sits there and they accumulate rainwater. This becomes a breeding ground for mosquitoes. You can look all of this up yourself. Mosquitoes will travel up to 3 miles. And there are thousands of residents, including children, around there. And I feel like that it is also a risk to the public health, especially with all of the diseases that they carry. One that is coming back and making a comeback is malaria, but there are so many more, and it would be greatly appreciated by our entire community if you would find a better location. I just don't think that today is a good day, and I don't think 6 months, 6 years, or 16 years, it's going to be the appropriate location for those reasons.
Thank you, Ms. Massey, for being here. Okay, anyone else before I close the public hearing? Yes, sir. Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Robert Thomas. I reside at 13609 Old Ivy Drive, there in the Forest Glen community.
Yes, sir.
And not opposed to business, former council member myself, and we was very progressive, one of the fastest growing city designations during the time that we were here, and appreciate what's going on now. But not against business myself, former business person as well, but I am concerned with the rest of the people that have spoken concerning the location that was proposed by Avis, representative there, and I am in opposition to it as well. But I think that one thing also that hasn't been addressed, that has been a concern of mine, and that is the amount of traffic that is already in that particular area due to the increase in the residential building in that area. And I would just like to know, are there any plans or collaborations between the city and the state? Because I do think that is a state highway, about the widening or getting some lighting for visibility, especially during the night hours when you go to 69 North. It's just like you're going out in the country somewhere. But in the daytime, beautiful area, residents. But that is a concern of mine. I think it is a safety issue as well. And are there any proposal or a proposal about maybe some lighting or something else that will enhance the safety in that particular area?
Mr. Thomas, I can tell you that I can't remember how many years ago it was now, but maybe 7 or 8 years ago, there was the Mid-Larry Road widening project that happened. That is a city road. Highway 69 is a state highway, so the city of Northport does not have any control over what AlDOT does on that. Ms. Tubbs, do you have anything from engineering regarding the questions that Mr. Thomas has asked for in terms of businesses locating there, in terms of traffic, lighting, et cetera, that could be coming off of a state highway onto a city road?
Well, as far as AlDOT goes on Highway 69, I know they have looked at several different locations where they recognize how much 69 North, Tuscaloosa County has grown, and they recognize how much more traffic is on Highway 43 and on Highway 69. I do think that they're looking at different alternatives, and there is some improvements that they're going to be making at Charlie Shirley and 69. I believe their idea is trying to work their way northward. In our comprehensive plan that we're working through now, the city of Northport has some infrastructure needs, and we're looking at making improvements to some roads that connect their state routes in and around that area. And as far as lighting goes, on city streets, we are going through a process where we're updating our street lights to LED. Street lights on the state route would there again be something that AlDOT would have to do.
Mm-hmm. And just one final thing, I would just like to state that since the property we was talking about earlier, I think it might have been 1200 Mid-Larry Road that was being requested to be de-annexed.
Oh, that
was voted on to be de-annexed.
1200 Mid-Larry is for Mavis Tire.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this was the piece of property
On Martin Road. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Mhm.
Yeah. Is that if it was annexed into the city and then it's de-annexed, it goes back to the county, right?
Yes, sir.
So there are so many islands and stuff we have in the city. If we already have it annexed into the city,
Mhm.
why not keep it in the city? And maybe there, even at that particular location, maybe there can be some maybe lighting or something put there in that area to enhance the visibility.
Mr. Thomas, you missed the mark on public hearing for that agenda item. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. I thought
But yes, sir, I understand
somebody
your
was here who was gonna
I understand
speak
your
to it.
concern.
Because initially I thought that there was a sign-in list for public, someone that wanted to address the
Yes, sir.
council. But I didn't see one, so didn't know all these people was here this evening, that someone else might not have that in mind.
Yes, sir, I understand.
But I thank you for your.
Yes, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Okay. One more. If you will, please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Denise Rager, 11832 Belmead Circle, and I am currently the HOA president for Belmead. My question to the council is, the last 48 hours for Bristol Park, Forest Glen, and Belmead have been crazy. We have been upset. We have felt like we were not listened to. First of all, we weren't even given the chance to know about this until Friday, and then the votes on Monday. And then right before this meeting, we get a message that it's going to be withdrawn. And I appreciate you withdrawing it. I do. The messages that I've gotten, the voicemails, the text, all three neighborhoods, there has not been one positive comment. I don't know, I'm sure you did read some comments, but it's like the lady said before, whether it's next month or 6 weeks, 6 months, or 6 years from now, I don't think you're going to find anybody in Belmead or Bristol Park in particular, and probably Forest Glen, who are going to be for that. Now, my husband worked for OK Tires for 30 years, and I can tell you the noise that comes from these places. In fact, one of our neighbors checked on that and sent an email to you about how is it? Is it decibels? Decibels that the city allows in noise, but this equipment that they use far exceeds that. So in legal department, how can you approve something that's already breaking a city ordinance? For the people that are living on the backside of Belmead and on the side of Bristol, this company's open 7 days a week. Imagine trying to have some family time in your backyard and all you hear is, and I'll try to make the noise, zit, 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 all day long.
How did that go again?
Do you want zit, zit? You want to hear that? You want to hear that all day? No neighbor wants to do that. So what I'm saying is be good to our friends. Be good to our neighbors. We're all your friends. We're all your neighbors. You're all voted in, and we're proud of you, but you have got to do a better job. We can't find this out on Friday night, and this vote be on Monday.
Yes, ma'am. Councilwoman Dykes, do you want to respond to that with Ms. Rager's comments?
Well, I will take responsibility for that. I do not get on social media very often. Mr. Hogg is the social media king around here, and he put a post out on Friday letting people know that. I spent the better part of my Saturday responding to every email that came through. I work 7 to 4. I have not addressed emails today, so if you sent me an email today, I might not have I did not get to it today. I think I got one at 5 this morning that I responded to. But I spent the better part of my day responding to every single email, phone call, text message, and yes, I got plenty of text messages as well as messengers. So I will actually speak to Mrs. Webb and see what the best way to handle that is, because I don't have the social media breadth that my fellow council people do, and I don't have the time to get on there during the day and go through this and such. So I will sit down with Ms. Webb and see what the best way is to get that information out to you guys, because that's my responsibility, and I honestly don't know what the best way is to do that. So I will tell you tonight that I will find a solution to that.
An official City of Northport social media that would have cordial and timely announcements to citizens?
That is an option, yes. The only thing is I don't run that page, but again, I will speak to Ms. Webb and see what we can come up with.
And I will encourage all of our citizens that want to have direct notice of the agendas. you can contact my office, and we'll put you on a listserv to make sure that you can view the agendas as they're published, and that way you'll be getting the notice as soon as it is placed on the agenda and approved. And we are under the new rules of procedure that council has established. We try to push it out on Wednesday at noon, and then anyone who wishes to sign up until noon on Friday can do so. Of course, on public hearings, we open the floor for discussion just like tonight. And but if you want to sign up for direct notification of agendas of any type, we would be glad to do that for you.
Okay, and her email address, if anybody wants to write it down, is gweb@cityofnorthport.org. gweb@cityofnorthport.org. And I do think that Ms. Dykes makes a good point that all of us have full-time jobs. We can't be as responsive as during the day as we would like to be due to our commitments of that. And we live in a day of technology where everybody wants instant notice or instant gratification of what they're looking for. So please keep that in mind
And
as we
I
go forward.
apologize for today, the miscommunication. Again, I wasn't getting emails that were going through. I was getting screenshots of things that were on Facebook while I'm at work at a meeting that I didn't get off. And I came in here on two wheels at 10 minutes till 5. So
we understand. We're not blaming
I was trying, I think it was you I was talking to text, so I don't know what I said to you.
It was all good.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure there was no cussing in there, because there could have been. But
it's all good.
I
But
apologize.
if just one more question, because I think the people here would like to know. If this proposal is brought back up, and honestly, as you can see, this is just a portion, because most everybody thought that this wasn't going to be brought up tonight. So this is a fraction of who would have been here. If it were to be brought back up, which we hope you would not, what's the process? Will there be another public hearing on this very same matter?
Just as we stated a few moments ago, Mr. Winter has withdrawn this petition. If he decides and Mavis decides they want to relook at this, it will have to go back to Planning and Zoning Commission, which a public notice will be available. If you will sign up with Ms. Webb, gweb at cityofnorthport.org, then you will be able to get the notifications when those agendas go out. And you'll be able to take a look at that. And as being the Homeowners Association president, is that what you said? You'll be able to disseminate that out to the rest of the neighborhood at that time, should there be something on there.
Perfect.
And if I'm understanding correctly, President Hogg, he will have to start over from scratch, and there will have to be substantial changes made when he comes back before.
Well, I would think just on the noise ordinance alone, that would not be an approval.
Yeah, and all of the items that we talked about tonight, they will go with legal and the planning director as well.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Thank you.
Please know, for all the citizens that are here, that if you will monitor our website, all of our agendas are posted there on the website. But again, if you'd like direct email of the notification of agendas, please sign up. You can do that on our website or by contacting me, and we'll add you to the list.
Okay.
Jeff.
I don't. Come up to the podium.
Yes, sir.
So we have everything on record.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to come back up here. And I'm just going to thank you all for coming out tonight. I love your sign, young ladies. I have 2 little girls myself. Don't blink, they'll be going off to college. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I live here. I have a business here. Actually, I live in Tuscaloosa. My business is here. I hear you. We did have a first reading of this about a month ago. Actually, I think it was 6 weeks ago. The Planning Commission was about a month before that. And I really didn't get any of the comments, okay? So my apologies, because we didn't expect this, because it was on the public, and it's not their fault, but it is publicly sent out. And I'm not trying to sway blame. What I'm saying is I want to listen to you, okay? So before we leave tonight, if I could get the person from Bristol Park, Miss Salty, where'd she go? I think she's, yeah, there you are. How you doing? Great job. And the noises were fantastic. I've been trying to do those all day. If we could get your address and then Bellmead and then Forest Glen, the homeowners association people, I want to hear what your concerns are, and I'll address them. If we can address them, we'll address them. If we can't, we can't. I get that. So all I'm saying is I'm here with an open mind. I know where you all stand right now. If you'll work with me and let me know what's going on, I'll try and see if I can get these situations addressed. And if not, we're not going to come back, okay? That's all right. I know. But I see, like, for example, one of the things, Mr. Chairman, is I don't believe in the new stores. You know, we talked about this a little bit. The 2 stores they bought were from OK Tire, long-time business here in town. And they didn't have the room in those to store the tires. So, yes, there's outside tires. I don't believe they do that with the new stores. So I think they're stored inside with the new stores. But I'm going to double-check that because that's obviously very important. I have a family and kids. So my point is thank you for letting me withdraw this. Thank you all for coming out tonight. This is democracy. This is what it's all about. I'm proud to be an American tonight. You all represented well. And then let's get together and let's talk about it and see what we can do.
Mr. Winter,
thank you so much, Mr. Hall.
I do, like I said earlier, I think a lot of the concern was from the notices that I were given by emails or texts was if Mavis, and even though it could be separately owned, if Mavis has a standard of being in a different building, even though they didn't build those buildings, they took over from another store. If they're willing to put in the millions of dollars or whatever to buy property, establish a new construction area, why are they not putting that money back into their store to make it look great so people would know what it would look like if it was going to be there, not only when it was newly constructed, but 5 to 10 years down the road, is it going to be in the same shape again?
I understand that. That's an excellent point, a good question to ask. So I do know that Councilman Washington had asked me about the Northport store, and they are working through that, getting that cleaned up. I know they've taken out all the stuff in the back. It's supposed to get a paint job.
Yep.
But you also know we don't control the other part of that building.
Right.
So we can only do our part on that. I really haven't gone past the Tuscaloosa store because I spend most of my time in Northport these days. So,
I understand.
I'll have to take a look at that. But I do want to thank you all for your time. I'm sorry to cause such a hullabaloo over your weekend. I don't have anything to do with the parks, ladies. That's not me, okay? So thank you very, very much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Winter.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, I'm going to close.
Just add one other thing, sir. I appreciate City Administrator Webb and her remarks about how we can go about being notified, but I want to turn my attention back to what you said earlier. Is that something you will hold true to in terms of making us aware? We all inundated with jobs. I work in another county. I work in Jefferson County. I'm a court administrator in the Birmingham Investment Division of Family Court. So I have 200 employees, 240 employees I'm responsible for. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time during the day, but what you did, it meant a lot to me for us to receive that notice, because had we not, I don't think you would see a fraction of the people you have here tonight. So is that something that you will hold true to?
I will definitely do what I said I will do. So yes, sir. If you would like, if it comes back up on the council agenda, I don't know about planning and zoning. I'm not on that committee, but if it comes back to a council agenda, I will make sure you are definitely notified.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right. I'm going to close the floor for the public.
Simple. Thank you for your post.
Yes, ma'am.
It's obvious that where there's fire, it's going to spread. And that's exactly what has happened here tonight and throughout the community. And whoever said this is a portion, I promise you they'd have been standing in the parking lot tonight had the other post not gone out. It is just that opposed.
Okay. Thank you again. All right. I'm going to close the floor for the public hearing. Appreciate everyone coming out on this agenda item tonight. All right. We have closed the public hearing for this agenda item. I do want to ask legal one question in regards to 11C2. Since this item has been withdrawn and it's on the agenda, does the council need to make a motion to accept the withdrawal of this? Okay.
That the applicant, through their attorneys, has specifically requested that the matter be withdrawn.
Okay.
And that the council votes to allow it to be withdrawn.
Yes, sir, that's what I thought. Okay, I will make the motion based on the applicant's attorney, withdrawing this item 11C2 of the ordinance of conditional use approval to locate an auto service station in the C3 general zoning district located at 1200 Mid-Larry Road for Mavis Tire as a withdrawal.
I will second that.
Okay. That is a motion by Councilman Hogg and a second by Councilwoman Dykes. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
This is voting on the motion to accept the withdrawal with, beginning with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay. 11C3 is a second reading of an ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 1314 10th Street. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. The building inspectors are recommending this structure be demolished. It is ready for a public hearing.
Okay. And I do know that Miss Stephanie Freeman Waldrop has requested to speak tonight in regards to.
In the lobby.
Okay.
He just raised his hand.
And we will open the floor for the public hearing. But I want to go ahead and make sure that since Miss Stephanie Freeman Waldrop has asked to speak, that she's allowed to go first. So, is that you? Okay. Hello. If you would, please come state your name and address for the record.
It's Stephanie Freeman Waldrop, 1000 Vestavia Circle, Northport, Alabama.
Okay.
I just wanted to come and speak on behalf of my family. Some of them have been sick and live out of town, but I have notified them about receiving the ordinance to demolish the property. It is our hope to restore the property. We have the list of everything that needs to be done. I've also contacted, I think it's Mr. Mitchell.
Okay,
Who,
yes.
is the building inspector, and he went over everything with me, make sure that I understood it, and also went back out to the property. But I've gathered estimates and everything to fix it and want to proceed with applying for a building permit to do so, but I would like to ask the council for additional time to make the necessary repairs.
Okay. Typically, we give usually about a 90-day extension.
Okay.
Is that good with
Yes.
y'all?
Yes.
Okay. Usually, when following this same situation, we go ahead and adopt the ordinance ordering demolition, but with the understanding that there is a 90-day extension. So as long as you complete what you need to within that 90 days, this will go away. But if you do not complete that, then the ordinance of demolition will then begin. Is that correct, Ms. Ram?
Normally, that's what we do. The petitioner would need to apply for a building permit, give us a plan of action, and complete the work within the 90 days.
Okay.
I understand.
Yes.
Okay. My father is asking if I can have an additional month.
I understand. Usually we only do 90 days, and that's it.
Okay. Well, we will accept that.
Okay. So we will. I will still ask anyone else here that's for or against this agenda item to come speak, but I don't think there'll be an issue with the rest of the council. I would assume to do a 90-day extension, knowing that you've got to do the building permit and have all that information turned in to our planning and building inspections department. And, hopefully everything works out great on that.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate you for being here.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Ms. Ram, got a quick question.
Yes.
Like within them 90 days, if he's pretty far into the project, and if it's a supply issue or something like that, we still get him a little bit more time.
If there's a supply issue, then they would need to bring that to the city's attention, and then we can work out some details.
Some type of letter or something drafted from the supply.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say that
Thank you.
ordinarily council asks for substantial improvement of the property, because if we've gotten to this point where we need to have it inspected by building inspections, it's been on our radar with code enforcement for some time. So there has to be substantial improvement on the property.
And we try to work with you if there is. So.
I appreciate your time.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here that is for or against this agenda item that would like to come speak? Okay. Seeing none, we will close the floor for the public hearing. So Ms. Freeman Waldrop has requested that we allow a 90-day extension. And based on this, with this 90-day extension, the council can have a motion to adopt the ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 1314 10th Street, just as a protocol if this is not completed in 90 days or at that point a very substantial change in risk at that point. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this ordinance with that 90-day extension?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilwoman Dykes, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo?
Yes.
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 Yes. Item 11C4 is a second reading of an ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 4104 Highway 43 North. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. The building inspectors are also recommending the demolition of this structure. It is ready for a public hearing. The owner's son has sent an email, and they are requesting an extension until the end of December. But like you said in the previous matter, our typical extension is only 90 days.
Okay.
So that would put this at November the 6th.
Okay. I will open the floor for the public hearing. If there's someone here to speak for or against this agenda item, please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Hi, Sammy Yassine, 109 Laughlin Way in Pelham, Alabama.
Okay.
So I am that son. I just wanted to just address that we are under a commercial lease now, or I'm sorry, commercial sale and or triple net lease agreement, potentially through December. So I was just trying to see if maybe we can be allotted that entire contract time, because these types of sales take a long time to be completed. Seeing if that could be allowed.
Okay.
Possible.
Like Ms. Ram said, we normally only do the 90 days. So is there a way that you can get with the?
Yeah, I've talked to
with the
him
other
and-
parties.
Yeah, I've talked with the real estate agent, and we're pushing the sale and doing everything we can with that.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have to alter the price and whatnot, but
Okay.
we're working towards that.
I don't think there'll be a problem with a 90-day extension. We're usually pretty agreeable to doing that. But
And then I
I
also
wouldn't
wanted
think
to
any-
mention, Julie Ram was mentioning that she brought up during a planning committee meeting the potential of, I don't know, recommending this property for like partnerships that that Northport's looking to have with other companies to maybe occupy this lot for us. So I don't know if that.
Okay, Ms. Ram, do you
conversation
want
took
to
place.
discuss that?
We are going to list that as one of our retail sites that's available. That's not through the Planning Commission. That's just something that we'll use as a tool for economic development.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand. Okay.
Other than that, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Is there anyone else that would like to come speak for or against this agenda item? Okay, I'm going to close the floor for the public hearing. Okay, with the same request on this agenda item, council to allow 90-day extension, but go ahead and move to adopt the ordinance ordering demolition of an unsafe structure located at 4104 Highway 43 North with the 90-day extension, and that applicant gets with building and planning inspections to have the permits and all of the necessary items to conduct this going forward in that 90-day extension period. If not, this will turn over to the demolition of this property. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt that ordinance with the 90-day extension?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Dyke, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo?
Yes.
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 Yes. Item 12 is city administrator's business.
None tonight.
Okay. Item 13 is departmental business. We have none. Item 14 is mayor and council members' business. We will start with Mayor Hinton.
Nothing tonight.
Okay. District 1, Pro Tem Bobo.
I have no new business to address.
Okay. District 2, Councilman Washington.
I have none.
Okay. Councilman Wiggins is not here. Councilwoman Dykes.
I just want to thank everyone who came tonight for or against, mostly against the Mavis, and appreciate the emails. Everyone was incredibly respectful, and that's great, very grateful. So thank y'all.
Okay. Anything else? Ms. Dykes? Anything else?
No, no.
Okay.
Nope, good.
All right. And under District 5, we talked about this last time. It's not really under the district, but I do want to bring it up again, that we need to vote on September council meeting dates. Due to the observance of Labor Day, the first council meeting of September will need to be rescheduled, and I would move to hold the first council meeting date of September on that Thursday, September 7th at 5:30 p.m. Unless someone would want a noon meeting or something else, but September 7th at 5:30. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Instead of, I guess that's the 3rd or something like that. Okay, so I will make a motion that we change the first council meeting in September to a Thursday, September 7th at 5:30 p.m.
Second.
Okay. So motion by Councilman Hogg, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo?
Yes.
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 Yes. Item 15, I show an executive session here. It looks like this executive session is to discuss economic development, and hopefully the session should take no longer than 15 minutes. Is that correct?
That is correct. It's a matter of commerce that is appropriate for executive session in order to attract, retain, or businesses.
Okay.
within the city limits.
All right. Legal, you certify this is good?
Yes.
Okay.
It's one of the exceptions to allow, under Alabama law, to allow executive session.
Yes, sir. All right, I'll make a motion to go into executive session. Anticipated that it should take no longer than 15 minutes, and that the council will not take action after the executive session is concluded, and staff does not need to stay during that time. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo?
Yes.
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 Yes. We are in executive session. If there's someone here that would like to speak to a council member or media or anyone else, we will take a 3-minute break before executive session. Please be respectful of that for the council members that you are approaching.